Yes, yo chicken bros, what's up? It's your boy Smile here coming at you with a brand new video. And today we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy Purchase Simulator and an entire article written about it because apparently GameRant will refuse to write about the game itself. And I want to talk about the issues I have with the gaming news, specifically the corporate gaming news community and what they do. So if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, make it ring a ding ding. And with all that being said, let's get into today's video. So for those of you who are new, because this is my first news video on this channel, which I'm considering doing gaming news in the normal format I used to do here, and then have my news somewhere else. So I go through and read paragraph by paragraph what we are talking about for the most part. I skip some if they're not interesting or I don't have any real points for, but I always leave the receipts, put the description, put the links in the description, my bad. So you guys can watch for yourselves and read, do your own research. Very important thing that I always recommend you do. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So, I'm gonna just go off the bat and let y'all guys know exactly what Hogwarts Legacy Purchase Simulator is. It was made by one of the devs to be a satirical game, but in all reality it's not even satirical. I'll explain it as we go. Let's start with this first paragraph. Someone has created a satirical chat-based game that simulates purchasing Hogwarts Legacy, despite the controversy surrounding it. In countries like the United States, Hogwarts Legacy has been massively successful, but the game remains highly controversial because of Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling's actions and comments meant to harm the trans community. So, I have a question for you. Controversial for whom, exactly? Controversial for whom? Are you saying controversial for the narrative? Controversial for trans people? I guess you said the trans community. But, controversial for whom? Because if it's not controversial to the base that the game is supposed to be for, then does it matter? Does it matter if I make a bank in America and Canada is mad that I named it Canadian Bacon Bank of USA? Which I don't think they would be. I'll ask my Canadian friend, but I don't think they would be. The point is, does it matter what Canada thinks if I made a bank? Does it? Not at all. Just like a Harry Potter game, and Harry Potter fans do not care about the political activism in a game they would have bought either way. This is stupid in many ways, but that's the main one. And for another point here, that I really think needs to be hit home. We should stop caring as people who make video games. I guess I can't call myself one yet, but I am working on a video game company myself. I want to make video games. I want to make entertainment, really, for you guys. Well, we should stop caring about the marketing style of the narrative. Target your markets to a select group of people that will want to buy and play the game. Not everyone and anyone. Target market. Ever since I've heard of that, I have been a huge advocate, and it is very worthwhile. While there has been an attempt to distance Hogwarts Legacy from J.K. Rowling, the comments and actions taken by publisher Warner Brothers Studio Interactive and developer Avalanche Software have not been received well. Many trans people and trans allies have felt as though they had simply been low-effort attempts to appeal to the community while not directly addressing the harm Rowling is attempting to perpetuate, as well as her profiting from the royalties generated by the game's sales. Number one, you done screwed up to the people who gave in and made that stuff in the game, and that goes for any company. Don't give in to people who are not your target market. That won't help you, and it may actually hurt you in many ways, because people like this will not give up. They will continue to fight until you are nothing. You are broke. You are no longer a company. So there's no reason to give in to them. But number two, well, let me just give you something here. Let me give you something that should make a good bit of sense. Let's say the trans person was actually a Harry Potter fan. Should it or would it matter the political side of this? Or should they just play the game because they enjoy Harry Potter? I think people should answer that question. Is it really that big of a deal? Because quite frankly, I enjoy Star Wars. I enjoy Marvel. I disagree with a lot of what Disney does and a lot of Disney in general. But does that mean I'm going to stop watching The Last Jedi or something? No, not at all. Does that mean I'm going to stop watching, I don't know, Avengers Endgame? No, not at all. This is because of the simple fact that video games are not political, or at least should not be political. When it comes to the individual experience of purchasing Hogwarts Legacy, a developer boycotting the game created a satirical piece aptly titled Hogwarts Legacy Purchase Simulator. The game is told from the point of view of a potential buyer who receives a message from Warner Bros. CEO David Salzov urging them to purchase the game to support its developers before someone named Ashley counters him, citing that Rowling directly profits off the game. Afterward, the player buys however many copies of Hogwarts Legacy as they please, with Ashley protesting and another person called That Gamer Friend chiming in to say, they are buying it also because they heard a Twitch streamer, Asmongold, say that woke snowflakes were trying to cancel the game. It concludes with J.K. Rowling herself proclaiming that the player is defending sex-based rights or accusing them of silencing women, which depends on how many copies the player buys. For any who wants to try the game out, it is no longer active, with this page leading to a 404 error, and it is unclear if it will be available again. Now I have to ask, what exactly about this is satirical or even a game? I mean, yes, there are text-based games, which are actually good. They have a good narrative with a good storyline and a good game in and of itself. A good example of a satirical game would be High on Life, which is a game satirical in and of itself about video games. But let me ask you a question here. Is the storyline of this even good? Honestly, it would make me cringe to play. I am almost positive. Mainly because reading it, I see the fact that you are putting the message first and leaving the actual gameplay last. Now, I get it. You're not trying to make a game. You're trying to protest a game that you made, that you are being paid to make, simply because of the person who made the franchise. I get that. I don't get why you did it. I think it was pretty dumb and wrong to do, and that you may get your pay cut, possibly, in a righteous world, I would assume. But that's not the case. Not at all. So let me ask you something here. Let me ask all of you something. Would you pick up this game for any other reason than to play it for cringe and buy every single copy you can? Not to mention, the endings just make it sound like you are the bad guy. You are the pretentious, elitist butthole. That's what this makes you sound like. If you buy 100 copies, you get the ending where J.K. Rowling says that you are protecting women's rights. But that's not even what she's doing with the money, I'm almost sure. She's over there, already got enough money to live off of, already gotten a good life for herself, but she's making money off of a creative title that has nothing to do with her politics. In fact, she, by many standards, is pretty left-wing. And I'm not even trying to get into the politics here. It's just the fact that this paragraph right here is so politically charged that I can't help but do it. And that's the fact that it's not even a game because of that. It just makes it a political activist thing, just like any other PETA game. That's what this is. A horrible PETA game that is probably low effort and not even worth playing in the first place. And what did this accomplish? Because I read through the rest of it, and the rest of it is pretty politically charged. And it also states, guess what? Though the second week of games being sold are lower than the last week, they are still on the top of a lot of charts. Most of the charts. And despite not having evidence to back that up, something hating on Hogwarts Legacy this bad, I will take their word for it at this point. I will take their word for it. So, why did I make this video? What compelled me to do this? Well, in all honesty, I made this video because of the state of not citizen journalism, of corporate gaming journalism. It is horrible. It is not gaming journalism. Just take out the gaming. It's people who want to be political journalists who can't be political journalists, so they went to gaming and decided to ruin gaming for all of us. So how about this? How about this? I get it. I stated a problem. How do you solve that problem? Well, what if you make a website that is gaming journalism and you actually bring gamers on? You know what I mean? We could do that. I'm sure if I had the funding, which I'm trying to get, I could do something like that. And build a culture of actual gamers again. This is insane, dumb, and just another way they're trying to prolong their videos or even their writing articles of Hogwarts Legacy, just because they don't want to talk about a game that they don't agree with, or at least the person they don't agree with, which is just crazy to me. But with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, make it ring a ding ding. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Yo Man Smile is over and out. Peace.